Alright guys, Nick here. Today we're going to take a look at 5 classic Dokken riffs you've got to know. These are some of my favorite ones. We'll get to that in just a sec. I'll point you to the description box. I've got a free sweet picking guide, sweet picking boot camp. Check that out. It's my free gift. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe, ring the bell, and give me a like so you get more of this content. Let's get right to it. Like I said, these are the classic, from the classic albums of, I think, classic Dokken, I think Tooth and Nail, I think Under Lock and Key, and Back for the Attack. Those are the 3 that stand out for me. You can throw in the live album Beast from the East in there, which is a killer album. But we're going to take a look at 5 riffs, starting with the Tooth and Nail record. So let's check this out. Now, I'm tuned standard. You'll find Dokken tunes sometimes standard, like on Back for the Attack, sometimes E-flat tuning, like on the first couple records. But I'm just tuning standard here, so that it makes it easy on you guys, okay? So tune standard, and we're going to play When Heaven Comes Down. This is So this has got the classic Lynch flat 5 kind of thing, which George is famous for. So meaning that if we play an E5 power chord and then we flatten the 5th, we get that evil sounding tritone, which we've all first heard, you know, with Black Sabbath way back in the day. But this is a big part of George's style. And this is a simple riff, which is going to play an E power chord and then play the low E string. Like that. So, E power chord, 7th and 9th fret on the A and D strings, 2 opens, and then the flat 5 chord, which is 7 on the A, 8 on the D. Just go between those 2. Okay, and then the harmonics. This is a 9th fret. These are artificial harmonics. This is at the 9th fret, 7th fret, on 9th fret G, 7th fret B, 5th fret B, and then 5th fret high E. Alright, a little whammy shake in there if you want. And then you go back to the riff. This is a G chord there, just a garden variety G chord. When I do a G, I usually don't add the index finger to the 2nd fret on the A string. Just kind of muddies it up when you're using a lot of distortion. So. And the scale run at the end is, it's 2-3 on the A, 5 low E, back to 2 on the A, 3-5 on the low E, 2-3 on the low E, and then you're back into the riff. So let me play the whole thing slow for you. Okay, that's When Heaven Comes Down. turn on the action. This is probably my top 5 all-time Dokken riffs. I've done this one before in a video a long time ago, but I wanted to revisit it because I don't think a lot of people saw that video. So, and plus, you can't have enough of this riff. It's so fun to play. It's got a shuffle groove. It's really fast, fast shuffle kind of a thing. So that might be a little bit tricky as far as getting that feel. Kind of like, you know, some famous shuffle grooves are like Satch Boogie from Joe Satriani, or Hot for Teacher, Van Halen, I'm the One, Van Halen, stuff like that. It's kind of that up-tempo, fast boogie. That's what we're going for here, but this is in the key of A, and let me kind of play that at medium tempo to start with. All right, that's the whole thing. Key of A, we're playing the A string. We got this kind of thing going, but we're playing notes also on the G string from the A minor scale. So let me call out the notes on the G string. It's 10, 9, 7, 9. So you start with an A string, open A. And then you have 3 open A's in between. Then you play 7 on the G. 3 A's in between, and then 5 on the G. Okay, so open A here, and then 3rd fret C on the A string, and then pull that off to open A. So okay, and then the second time we're gonna go same thing to begin with, but instead of going down to the 5th fret, we're gonna go 10 D, 10 G, and give that a healthy dose of vibrato. Okay, and then we go back to the first one. Okay, and then we're back. And that's 10th fret on the A string, 7D, 7G, 8th fret on the A string. Kind of a muted thing. So let me play all that together so far. Hopefully that makes sense. Now we're going to keep going. Same as before, right? And then here's where we come to this diminished run. Let's see. Okay, so you're going to land on this 5D, 5G, part of a C chord there. But then right then is when we come into the diminished idea. Okay, so you're going to start at the 5th fret and you're going to end up at the 17th fret with your index finger an octave higher. So keep that in mind. And this, you're going to move this up 3 frets at a time. So it's 5, 8, 7. So 5G, 8, high E, 7. Back to 5. And then you're going to slide this up to 8 and play 11, 10, 8, slide it up to 11 and play E 14, 13, 11, slide it up again, 17, 16, 14, slide it up again, and then just play 19 and 20 on the B and high E, and either shake it or give it a little whammy action. Slow, it would sound like this. Okay, and then you're just back into the riff. Okay, so hopefully we're going through this pretty quickly here, but that's because I want to get through all the riffs in record time here instead of making these videos an hour long. Okay, so go back and watch this slow if you have any questions. But let me just play the whole thing for you, kind of at a medium tempo here. If I'm under lock and key, we're going to take a look at It's Not Love. This one starts with a little bit of, you're going to kind of roll some volume off of your normal tone and do a little finger picking here. And what I use is the middle and ring finger on my pick hand, kind of like a claw. Let me show you the shapes. This is in the key of A. It starts out playing 7 on the D, 9 G. Okay, that's the first shape. 7 and 8 on the D and G. Add a little vibrato to that. So you're going to do this. And then keep going on the 7 and 8 on the D and G. So again, we got that flat 5 in there. Remember that from the When Heaven Comes Down. These are all on the D and G string here. 5 and 5 D and G. It's 4 and 5 D and G, and again the vibrato. If you're not used to doing any finger picking, that could take a little work for you. I'm not a big finger picking guy either, but I do some of this claw kind of thing. Not the traditional finger picking stuff, but this claw technique is something I'm fairly familiar with, and George uses it quite a bit. A lot of guys do, so that's a good one to get under your fingers. Okay, and then when the riff kicks in, that's just 5 on the, kind of sliding into it. 5E, 5A, 3E, 3A, 3E, and back to 5 on the A. Okay, now we're just playing an A power chord here with a muted A string. So that's F, 3D, 5G. It's like part of a D chord here, 4D, 7G. Okay, chugging on the A. It's kind of cool here. So the second time we do the A, F, and this is F sharp over D here, D over F sharp basically. But we're just playing 4 and 7. The second time we do that, we're going to play this little fill, and that's just 5 on the D string, 3 on the B string, and then alternate between 4 and 5 on the D string. Like that. So, okay, so that together would sound like. Back to F. Then to end it, A power chord, G to E. Pickup line is open to 3 to a G chord. I think it's an open A there before we end it. Open A 3 2. I don't know if I did that on the recording, but so that whole little end section. And then you're back to the basically end of the verse, okay? So when it kicks in, here's that part. Okay, it's not love. Okay, let's take a look at Kiss of Death now from the Back for the Attack record. We're going to be in the key of E for this, and we're going to be playing a lot of E, D, C kind of a power chord thing with that flat 5 in there once again that George loves to use. So we're incorporating that into the riff, and you'll see, I'll explain that when we get there. So let me go ahead and show you the first part of this. Alright, that's the first part. There's 3 parts to this. That'll be the first one. The second one's a variation on it, and the third part is a new section. Okay, so this is just, we've got a lot of chugging going on with the low E string here, but we're playing these chords here, so we're playing power chords, E to D, and notice we're hitting the low E with some muting, and then we're playing that D chord with accents. Okay. That's the first fret on the A string, flat 5 note, by the way, in the key of E. And you kind of play this and then slide it up. So like that, which leads right back into the next. Okay, now this is a pull off from first fret to open on the A string, and then we're going to play third fret to open on the low E. Both of those are pull off. I'll just do it twice. Okay, so you're going to do that whole thing twice, so let's do that now. Okay, that's the first part of the riff. Now the second part's a little variation. We're coming back to this. And we're going to play, instead of going down here, we're going to play D, 5th fret D on the A string, pull that off to open, then grab 6 on the low E, 5, and then 3. Okay, and then back to, and that's just 2, the B note here, 2 on the A string, and then 5 on the A string. Okay, we're going to do that whole thing twice. Hopefully that makes sense. And why don't we do this? Let's play all of the first section together now. I'll count you off. We'll go kind of at a medium tempo here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're into the last section, the third part of this, basically all intro before we get into the verse is... So, I mean, it's such cool stuff here. Brilliant song, brilliant riffs. This is just lots of galloping here. I'm not going to count all those zeros. You just kind of got to get the... Listen to the chords. E to D. And you're sliding those, so it's D, E, G at the 10th fret, back to E, then back to the gallop. D, C. Actually, when you get to the C, then you're going to mute on the C note. So this part is open A string and D string, and then open D and G, and then open A and D, and then second fret A and D, and then open D and G, back to the second fret A and D string. Should sound like that. That's very similar to just an octave lower. So that should sound like this altogether. Did you notice the different rhythm there? It goes to the D chord a little quicker. So, second time. Okay, and I'm playing a D here instead of coming back up. Now we're going to go to this. I'll just show you just the first couple parts here of the verse riff. So it's open E 3 times, and they're going to bend the 2nd fret on the D string about a half step. It's somewhere between quarter and a half step. So it's that's 3-2 on the A, and then C D on the A string. Okay, so super badass. If you can get a little pick harmonic there, even better. Okay, and that's all the parts to the first section of Kiss of Death. Okay, Mr. Scary's our last riff number 5. Can't do a classic Dokken riffs video without a little Mr. Scary, right? So here we go. It's we're gonna be in the key of F sharp here. We're gonna hammer on from the open string to the 2nd fret low E. Okay, let's just take a look at that. So notice I'm pedaling on that F sharp note on the 2nd fret low E. And the notes, you're going to play the octave F sharp at the 4th fret D string, and then come back to the F sharp and the low E string. Okay, so, and then 5th fret on the D string, hammer on from 2nd fret to the 4th fret on the D string. Okay, continue the pedal, and then the scale run. This is right down F sharp minor, F sharp Aeolian notes from that scale. We're going to play 5-4 on the A string, and then 7-5 low E, back to 4 on the A, 7-5-4 on the low E string, and you'll see this come back again. I like to pull off that first note, the first 5-4, and pick the rest, but you can pick the whole thing if you want to. Okay, so it continues with the main riff. This is an octave pattern here, so first fret on the A string, third fret on the G string, muting the D string in the middle. You're going to play first fret, second fret, fourth fret, seventh fret. And there's a little dip. I'm dipping on the fourth fret, so with the bar. I can't remember which one George actually dips on. But in any case, if you don't have a bar, don't worry about it. You can do that. You could even just play the single notes. Like that. But it's integrated right in the riff. So if we take those first two sections of the main riff, we have this. Back to the main riff here. Same as the first time, and then we're going to have a different ending here. 4 times on 5th fret low E, 4 times on 4th fret low E. Alright, so let's try that whole riff. Okay, now we're into the second part of the riff. And it's similar, but this time we're not going to do the. This time we're gonna change up the pattern. So we're gonna have. There's that the run again. And different ending as well. Okay, so now we're gonna play F sharp note, and then we're going to play 4th fret on the A string, and then back to the 2nd fret low E. So 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, coming back to that F sharp note, and you're muting on the F sharp. Okay, once you get back to the F sharp, now we're going to string skip again and play. So 4, 5 on the D, back to the F sharp, and then this. That's 4, 5, 4, pull off the 2 on the D string. So all of that together is. Okay, and then back to the first one. And then the run. Okay, so all that together. Okay, then back to the riff. It's exactly the same. The second time we're just going to have a different ending, and the ending is 4th fret on the A string once, and then 5th fret on low E 3 times, and then we're going to play 4th fret on the A again, and then play 4th fret on the low E 3 times. Alright, so let me do that all together now. Just in case you're wondering, 4D, 7D, 6, 7 on the G, 5 on the G. There's that tritone again. It's also harmonized if you go 3 frets higher Play the same exact thing. Okay, let me go ahead and play the whole thing for you now at a medium tempo. Here we go. Okay, and that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Grab that free sweep picking guide down below in the description box. Go listen to George Lynch. Go listen to some classic Dokken. I'll see you next time. Rock on.